Hello everyone, my name is Trey of Trey Kai, and welcome to Dead by Daylight once again. Chapter 17 is here, and I have a bit of an opinion about this new killer here. To me, the Blight is without a doubt one of the worst characters in Dead by Daylight right now. Now, I don't want to discredit the hard work the folks at Behavior are doing, but come on guys. You should probably just work on focusing on more of the old stuff that's in the game and making sure that shit works instead of adding new stuff like crossplay and a new killer. But like I was saying, this killer, or at least his killer power, seems like it's missing something. Here's what it does. Special ability, the Rush. Press the power button to quickly rush forward. Doing so consumes a rush token. While performing a rush, the Blight cannot launch an attack. Rush into a wall or obstacle in the environment to slam onto it. If the rush fails to connect with a wall or obstacle, or if the Blight is out of rush tokens, it will enter a short fatigue state and begin recharging the tokens. Special attack, Lethal Rush. Following a slam, press the power button to launch a lethal rush. Doing so consumes a rush token. A lethal rush behaves the same as a rush, except that the Blight may launch an attack by pressing the attack button. Now this power by itself feels undeniably weak and is extremely unintuitive. The player has to collide with an obstacle with rush in the environment, then quickly flick their mouse around and charge a lethal rush again in their direction. Not only that, but this power is super predictable since you can only run in a straight line and it's hard to control without running some decent add-ons. I'll forget the fact that some of the games I've played lag several times since I was playing on the public test build of the game, but sometimes the lag would completely eat my charge or just not read inputs from my mouse. I completely understand that, but the main prerequisite to activating his power not only feels clumsy, but sometimes just doesn't work well with the environments in this game. A lot of the maps in this game are littered with trees and objects to hide the survivors, but the hitboxes on some of the skinnier trees in maps like Mother's Dwelling are difficult to get around, causing you to either bump into the tree over and over again until you consume all your tokens, or force you to wait the length of getting hit by a decisive strike. Although his killer power seems kinda weak, his perks are definitely pretty interesting. Hex Undying is such an obvious perk that honestly should have came into the game much sooner. Hex Blood Favor is a neat little power that helps secure knockdowns, but I feel like it should have been a basic, just normal perk, rather than being a hex. And Dragon's Grip is like if Overcharge and Make Your Choice had a baby. It has a lot of potential. But on their own, these perks feel kinda weak, and basically die out entirely by endgame. But that right there is the issue to me. It feels like these perks were made more as perks that can synergize with other killer perks rather than being standalone perks that function well on their own and can synergize well. You look at some of the other killer perks like Discordance, for example. On its own, it's a powerful perk that helps killers locate survivors. But combine that with Whispers or Nurse's Calling and it can become much harder for survivors to stay hidden. Now, is that a bad thing? Not necessarily, but it definitely feels like this chapter was made just to add in some new perks into the game, and that's just a little disappointing. But Felix Richter, on the other hand, feels like all the other new survivors, and has at least one decent perk that sticks out, Built to Last, which restores the item durability up to 50% at the highest level. At the end of the day, it feels like the Blight has so much wasted potential and could be super cool if they played around with the Pushula concept a little bit more. Like, how cool it would be if you could like plant Pushula flowers next to the generator that grow in size as the game progresses, and if you're in a certain radius of the flower, your action speed or your healing action gets reduced, and if you stay for too long, you can get injured or even put into the dying state. And like the only way that you can stop the flower's pollen is to destroy them like a Demogorgon portal. That way the survivors are forced to interact with the Blight, and it can help him get into position so he can knock down more survivors. It's not a super inspired idea, but it's a lot better than just killer who runs fast. Hell, you can even keep the rush power and just take out the run into the wall or environment part and just make him a bit easier to control in rest mode, and maybe even speed up his recovery a little bit. Then I think he'd be leaps and bounds better than he is right now. Anyways, I tweeted the TLDR of this video a few days ago. Follow me on Twitter so you can catch up on more updates and tweets from me. Just want to put my thoughts out there. So anyway, here's a montage of me right into a bunch of walls.
Huh?
Yeah, boy.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Anyways, if you have any opinions on Chapter 17 that you want to share in the comments below, leave a comment. I'll definitely try and read them as soon as I can. Thank you guys so much for watching this little montage slash video essay slash opinion based rant about Chapter 17 and Dead by Daylight. If you like what you saw and what you heard so far, leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and I hope I can keep trying to do some stuff like this, and hopefully even Chapter 17 gets a little bit of changes by the time this video goes up. But if not, that's tough. You can't win them all, I guess. Hopefully Chapter 18 will make up for the lack of this, and we'll actually get another movie killer, because I think they teased about that earlier this year. So anyways, thank you guys for stopping by, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.